my name is Miranda, and today I am here to review Vendetta by Catherine Doyle, which if you watched one of my old Top 5 Wednesday videos, you know that as of right now, and it still currently stands, this right here is my favorite book of 2015 so far. And the way it's going, it looks like it is definitely going to be my favorite book of 2015. I love it so much, and today I'm going to tell you why I love it and why y'all should read it too. So prepare yourselves, because I love this book so much. This lovely book that's right over my shoulder over here, you're probably thinking, gee Miranda, that cover looks pretty interesting. The title sounds intriguing, but what exactly is it about? Well friends, it's about the Italian mob, or at least 5 brothers who are part of a mob family and move into Cedar Hill, which is the town where the main protagonist, Sophie, lives. Life is not perfect for Sophie right now because she's working at her dad's diner while her dad is in prison for accidentally killing someone. She has a best friend in Millie who is British and fabulous, and she has an uncle and her mother to look after her, and while her mother's really great, her uncle is a paranoid freak. There's no better way to put it, so imagine Sophie's delightful surprise and interest when a family of 5 boys, all around her age, move into an old abandoned, supposedly haunted house that's near her work and near her house. And when Sophie literally has a run-in with one of the boys, Nick, she is instantly drawn to him and attracted to him, and their chemistry is just like jumping off the page, and it makes you go, oh my gosh, this is the sweetest, cutest thing ever. But Nick's family is very secretive, and Nick has an older brother. Well, he has a lot of older brothers, but one particular older brother, Luca, does not seem to like Sophie very well and always tries to keep Nick off? That's not a real word. And always tries to keep Nick away from Sophie and Sophie away from Nick, much to their dismay and to Sophie's confusement. Can't say too much else without getting spoilery, but just know that Nick and his family of brothers, his creepy uncle, Sophie, are connected in more ways than you could ever imagine. They're not brother and sister. I'll just tell you that now. This isn't a Mortal Instruments case on our hands. They're connected somehow. The plot twist that ended up happening, it's like you see the first one coming. It's pretty obvious because you're like, this book has to be more about than what we've gotten so far. So you see the first plot twist coming. It's still good, but you see it coming. Then you get more and more plot twists on top of one another, and it's like you have one plot twist and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so great, and then 2 pages later you get another plot twist and you're like, oh my gosh, could it get any better than this? And then boom, you get another plot twist and you're just like because they're all so good, and it just has your head spinning, and oh my gosh, how much I love this book. Sophie, for one, she may be one of my favorite female characters I've ever read because she's not a dum-dum. Millie, her best friend, I love Millie, but Millie's kind of a dum-dum. Sophie's the one that's better, I feel like, at reading situations, figuring out when people are hiding things from her. She's not hesitant at all to call someone out when she knows they're BSing her or when she knows they're being intentionally rude to her for no reason or no thing that she's done on her part. And that's why she gets into a lot of fights with Luca because he is definitely someone who he's like, you must respect my authority, and she's like, yeah, I don't do too well with authorities. So it's definitely refreshing to see a character like Sophie, and like I said, it's also very cool in how it immerses you like in the mob kind of world. Like, I feel like Catherine Doyle, either she has some whole other double life that she's not telling us about, or she really did her research, because all the details, all the like familia ties in here, it just feels very real and it feels very authentic, and it comes from a place where you can understand, because obviously it's like mob, they're out killing people. That's kind of hard to wrap your head around. So you think like anytime anyone hears that, they should run for the hills, but there has to be like a reason why they don't, and it's very authentic and genuine, I feel like, in explaining why they do this and why they're like this, even though you still want to punch half that family in the face by the end of the book. Just a warning. So I have to say, if you do read this book, Nick and Luca and their brothers and their family are Italian, so they speak Italian a lot, especially around Sophie when they don't want her to understand what they're saying, much to her annoyment. But if you actually just go on like your iPad or your phone and type in the translation, Google will tell you exactly what they're saying, and that adds such a cool other layer to the story, because like, let me tell you, I've learned so many Italian swears now from this that I am going to use. Thank you very much. And there's also just like cool snippets that you probably wouldn't know like what they're saying, but it kind of helps you like unravel the mystery before Sophie does, like knowing this, and it helps it make more sense when you see what they're saying in Italian and stuff like that. This book ended in such a crazy way because basically throughout the whole story we're being told one thing. Nick and Luca are constantly saying about their family, we do this, but we don't do this thing. And the end of the book is their family completely doing that one thing they said they never do. So it's one of those endings that totally turns the whole story on its side, and now just like everything you thought you knew is completely different. Even like the romance, you think it's going one way, but the end of the book leaves like the option open and kind of has me hoping for the romance to go another way, because there is someone that I like Sophie with more than Nick, and I really like her with Nick. There's just someone that I like her with a little more, and I really can't wait to see what happens in Inferno, because there's definitely going to be repercussions for everything that happens, because the one thing that overarches all of this is we're supposed to know like the seriousness of the situation, like how these are basically blood debts. I mean, the series itself is called Blood for Blood, so like when something goes wrong, it's not like you can just like call the cops or like be like, my bad, I'll pay you back for that. Like, it's a blood debt that you owe. So I'm really, really interested to see what's going to happen in the rest of the series. And I feel like I'm not doing this book justice, because like, you know when you love a book and it's like you're trying to explain why you love it, but you just end up like babbling and everyone's like, why do you love this book? It sounds like the worst thing ever. Trust me, it's the best thing ever. It's so intriguing. It's got mystery, it's got romance, it's got action, it's got hot Italian boys. One's really creepy, actually. So, you know what, let's just say there's two, because the rest of them kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. But this series, it's so original, so unique, like I said, so enthralling, so addictive, you can't put it down. And the plot twist at the end, let me tell you, are gonna have your head spinning. I was like throwing the book down, like flipping it off. Please do yourself a favor and read this book, because I don't think you'll regret it at all. It's definitely my favorite book of the year so far, like I said. If it keeps going like this, it's definitely gonna be my favorite book of the entire year. I just love it so much. And look at the cover. It's cool, but like, doesn't that guy kind of look like Ansel Elgort? That's what always freaks me out. Anyway, please just read this book and then tell me in the comments below what you think of it. So excited for the next book, like I said, and this book it's just everything. Everything. I'm so happy. Like, oh, Sophie, Nick, Luca, Millie, oh, it's beautiful. It's got such different elements. You'll be cheering, you'll be crying, you'll be screaming, you'll be throwing books and flipping it off, like I said, and it's such a wild ride, but it's such an amazing, amazing ride. So I definitely recommend it, and I definitely give it 5 out of 5 stars. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel down below to be told when I make more videos, and also give this video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see more. If you want to know anything more about Vendetta, just leave a comment down below, and I will be happy to fangirl about it. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!